Because as I started telling people that I had gotten Botox, they started telling me that they had gotten Botox. For wrinkles, some of them, yes. But also for migraines, for excessive sweating. It's even being studied as a treatment for depression. And I wanted to know, how did we figure out that it can do all that? Like, who looks at a toxic poison and sees a medicine? And what else might this weird little wrinkle cure someday be able to do? The story begins in the early 1800s in the German countryside. People are coming down with a mysterious illness. I heard about it from Dr. Jean Carruthers. She knows this story because Botox will become very important in her career. And when these Germans got sick, their eyelids would droop, their speech would slur.
They have a descending paralysis of their face and then of their diaphragm. Essentially, their diaphragm stops working, and so they no longer can live.
There's a young, newly minted doctor living nearby, Justinus Kerner, and he is called in to investigate. Justinus Kerner had decided to become a doctor after he awoke from a prophetic feeling dream to find that a paper prescription from a nearby hospital had wafted in through the window while he was sleeping. And he was like, it's a sign. He became a doctor. He also later became famous as a romantic poet, and he has a wine named after him.
I've tasted it. It's very delicious. He was a true polymath. In his house, all kinds of contraptions that were sort of magical. But anyway, going back to the 1820s, Justinus Kerner did his medical thesis on these poor people.
These people in the German countryside who were struck by this mysterious paralysis. He documents a pattern. All the patients seem to have eaten the same food.
They made sausages, and the sausages maybe weren't totally clean. You know, maybe there was dirt in the sausages.
Food safety standards in this region at this time have kind of gone down. It's the aftermath of the Napoleonic Wars, things are rough, and one result is these unhygienic sausages.
And so the disease itself, this mysterious paralytic disease, became known as botulism because botulus is Latin for sausage.
Okay, so Justinus Kerner, this polymath winemaker, poet, physician, he describes these symptoms in detail, and he does one other surprising thing.
He tried it himself.
What?
He put some of the fatty substance that they had ingested into his own mouth against the advice of his friends.
Why did he do that?
Oh, because he wanted to know. So his mouth became dry. This was the first instance that anyone had shown that a toxin could stop the activity of your salivary glands.
Wow. I mean, it just seems so reckless to do when he knew that it had killed people. What do you make of it?
I think that he just had a little taste. I think he was a very smart man. Didn't eat the whole sausage because he had this idea. If all these people are paralyzed, maybe there's something in this where we could use whatever it is to treat people who have overactive muscle conditions. He saw the other side of the poisoning as a potential treatment. It was brilliant.
I have an instinct here to be like, that is poison, Justinus, do not put that in your mouth. But he did have some reason to think that this could be okay. Another doctor had actually written this idea down a couple hundred years earlier, Paracelsus, the father of toxicology. He wrote this famous line that kind of sounds like a riddle. What is there that is not poison? All things are poisonous, and nothing is without poison. Only the dose permits something not to be poisonous. Kerner sees early that botulinum toxin could be the poster child for this idea, that in small doses it could be useful to medicine. But no one really picks up on that thought for another 100+ years. We did figure out some stuff about how to prevent botulism,